have to give you is this.
Bodies.
Those numbers are GPS coordinates.
What?
A burial site. That's where they'll find Hank and Steve Gomez. It's where I buried our money. And the men who stole it from us, the men who still have it, they murdered Hank and Steve and put them in that hole. Now you trade that for a deal with the prosecutor. You get yourself out of this. All the things that I did. You need to understand.
I have to hear one more time that you did this for the family.
Exactly. You did it for me.
Thank you. That's all we wanted to hear.
I liked it. I was good at it. I was alive.
Yeah, she probably needed to hear that. Here we go. Oy, oy, oy.
How you doing? Turn around, put your arms out like this.
You really shouldn't have come back, Mr. White. Sorry.
Wait, Jack.
What do you want?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Anywhere but my living room. Take on back.
Jack, you owe me. You owe me. Let's go.
I owe you what for?
Jesse Cooper, you promised that was given, and you didn't come. Instead, all right, you're partner with him. You're his partner now. That's what you got. He's alive, isn't he? He's cooking for you. What, are you gonna lie?
Him being alive is not him and me being partners. Not by a damn sight. What, do you think I partner with a rat? I'm gonna show you just how wrong you are.
Oh, man.
Then I'm putting that bullet in your head myself.
My blood pressure is through the roof.
Jesse's blood pressure is going to be through the roof when he sees Walt.
I literally feel so tense. I hate this.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about, you son of a bitch? Now, does this look like a partner to you? Come here, take a look.
Click it.
Yeah, time to get both up.
How did the guy laying down in the chair get hit? It moved him up a little. Oh, crap. But Todd's not hit. Ooh. Sick.
Ew.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. You're gonna have an angry nephew here. Sociopathic angry nephew. Here come the chains.
Mr. White.
Man.
Get it, Jesse. He deserves that kill. You know, his tormentor. Dude, you're dying.
Where's your money at? You wanna know where it is? You pull that trigger, you never do.
Yeah. I mean, he's dying, so.
Do it.
See what I mean? It's like if he does it, it still is like, this is not.
Yeah.
You want this.
Say the words. Say you want this. Nothing happens until I hear you say it.
I want this. Then do it yourself.
Don't mind that outcome.
He's got a special ring.
Oh, sad.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, damn.
Booty call.
She's sick.
It's done. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's done. He's gone. They're all gone.
Who is this?
It's Walt. How are you feeling? Kind of under the weather? That would be the ricin I gave you. I slipped it into that stevia crap that you're always putting in your tea. Goodbye, Lydia.
That would have been.
It was lined up perfectly.
Congratulations, Jesse. Oh, bud.
If he cooks a batch, I'm rioting.
Can you imagine? Is he checking Jesse's
swear.
work?
Makes sense that he would die with his mistress. Here come the cops.
Yeah.
Not even remotely.
He's functioning pretty well with a gun wound to his stomach.
Wow. Is he dead? Did he die? He's not breathing.
I think he's dead. He's dead. Yeah, that's a lot of blood.
Wow, that's a very disturbing crime scene to walk into.
Ooh.
Wow. Well. Selling
Let's
Sunset.
watch Selling Sunset.
We'll be reacting to Selling Sunset next.
Too
Everyone
bad.
stick
I
around.
binged the season last night.
Is it a new season?
Mm-hmm.
Backwards.
Yeah, it just came out like 2 days ago.
I can't. I love that show.
It's so good.
Makes me feel just like better.
Poor. Wow, holy
And poor also.
shnikes.
Brian, I can't get it to stop.
Push and hold the menu button.
Nice. Feel a little bit sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And a little bit lighter
Well,
chest.
we got the two things we wanted.
We did, kind
Jesse, free. Walt, dead.
of. Mm-hmm. I was wondering, too, like...
And he admitted that it wasn't for the family, it was
Right.
for himself.
Right.
Yeah.
It was very satisfying all the way around. There's nothing that I didn't get that I wanted.
Lydia's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Meth Damon's dead. The Nazis are dead. He did leave money for his kids in a tricky way that they won't think anything about it to take it.
Skylar and Marie had, like, what sounded like the beginnings of a path toward a mended relationship.
I feel like they like need each other to survive at this point. Like, how the heck do you go and like start normal friendships after that? It's not really like an option, I don't think.
Right.
No. If anything, I would be like moving. Now that the police aren't into her, I'd be like packing up and peacing out. That's crazy.
I don't know what to say.
It almost felt like anticlimactic to me.
Really? How so?
I mean, like obviously the wild, chaotic shooting storm was like a big payoff moment. Yeah. But like he ends up like dying of bleeding out his own wounds, sort of, and like I wonder, like, a lot of viewers, I think, like, would say that he tied up all the loose ends so that Jesse and his family is actually, like, free of anybody that would be out to get him. Because Lydia is gone. Walt's family never really cared about Jesse anyway, and then, like, all of Todd's people
came after his
Yeah, like if
family,
those people
so-
had lived, there's a chance Skylar would have been in danger.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, he ultimately does, like, do the right thing by kind of eliminating
All those threats.
all of those threats so that, like, the money can actually... His purposes are fulfilled, but, like, the cost to him is actually his relationship with his family. Like, first of all, not only did he die... It would have been, he dies anyway. Like, his whole thing was that his lung cancer was going to kill him.
This is for
And
my
they
family.
needed money so that they could live without him around. And he dies anyway, still has lung cancer. They're going to live with him not around. And potentially they have money, but they don't even really want it. And they don't care and they hate him. So it's like, that's like so...
You just died in a worse way.
Yeah, it was all, like, in vain because... in completely ruining your relationship with your family to do the thing that you thought was the most important, now they have to live, like, with the consequences of, like, what you've done, whereas before they would have had to live with, like, their dad died of cancer, which is, like, a common, like, you know, like, other people have
Would they have been
endured
able to
that.
keep the house though, like if they couldn't have afforded it? Like I was thinking that, like, are they better off or worse off?
I think this ended worse for them.
For sure.
I mean, she had to move anyways. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks if you can't keep your home, but you just go somewhere else.
Yeah, and she can't get a job, like a good job, because
Yeah, and, like, now her, like, reputation is, like, completely...
Right, she had to use her
obliterated.
maiden name.
Her like relationship with her sister is a
Done.
mess because Hank is dead. They have to go now, like, find the bodies because Walt left him that information. It just, like, is like a humongous emotional baggage mess. Whereas, like, the singular concept of, like, my husband/dad died because he had cancer is like, you can move through that and it will always be sad, but it's not like you
I certainly don't think the show was like trying to say, look, he got what he wanted. I think it was supposed to show how
right, like how completely off he was in his estimations of like what,
how far separated from like a cook in an RV to drum up $200,000 or whatever he initially said that he needed.
yeah.
How far off that grid his ego took him.
Well, and I appreciate that he admitted the truth. It's something
that
we've
was
been saying
interesting.
the entire time. You're
Yeah.
not doing this for your family. I know everybody in the comments
been
are like,
his
it's
own
for the
excuse.
family, it's for the
Yeah.
family. But I love that he finally admitted what we've been feeling the whole time. No, you're really not doing this for your family at all.
There were several moments at which there was an off-ramp for that, and he never took it.
I would say that was a satisfying end to the crap he created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that, like, the only way that he was coming to terms with that was, like, admitting, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Because I think up until that point, he continuously felt like... I think after he survived his cancer the first time and he kept going, that was, like, the breaking point, in a way, of, like, his character development. Because he chose to continue to pursue something that he no longer needed or had, like, a justifiable reason for needing. And so then, like, he kind of felt like he was invincible. And I think when he came back to terms, like, where it's like, I have cancer, I'm gonna die, my family hates me, like, and also there's probably no way for my family to be safe now while I'm alive. Like, so his mortality kind of, like, created, I think, the space for him to finally admit, like, I no longer can justifiably make an excuse that I'm doing this for my family, because now I'm just trying to clean up my mess. There is really no good to come out of this besides for just, like, now I have to do, like, the bare minimum so that they can live. Kind of interesting.
Very interesting.
I think I gave it, like, a solid 8.
I'd be comfortable with that.
Yeah, because, like, the writing and the character development and all of that is, like, really good. There's no plot holes or, like, any, like, really off, out of context, like, plot developments that's like, oh, yeah, of course that would happen. You know, like, there's, like, little things here and there, like, he chooses to get in a car that happens to have the keys in the visor. Like, that's kind of like, oh, of course. You would pick a car that has the keys easily available for you to steal it. You know, but that's not, like, a humongous, like, piece of the plot. It just is kind of like a little detail. So I appreciate the cohesiveness of, like, all of the elements of the show.
Yeah, I'd say 8. That feels comfortable. I don't like seeing people hurt other people like that. Like, it was just such a watching somebody's bad decisions in the name of doing right by your family. All the pain and crap and lies and stuff. Like,
it is, like, super hard to watch.
Yeah, it's not, to me, it's not, like, I probably will never watch the show again.
Yeah, I can't see me doing
It's not a relaxing sit down and enjoy it. Like,
I feel like it maybe would have been more digestible if it was one episode a week.
probably, yeah, the way we've been doing it.
You know, like, several years. Like, I think that it's not so hard to, like, watch one episode and be like, oh man, that's crazy, what's gonna happen next week? But, like, when you're doing it, like, all in, like, what, it's been, like, less than a year that we've been...
And for 3 people that don't expose ourselves to a lot of
graphic violence.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, it was probably overwhelming for all of our circuit boards to watch it this way, because
like,
we don't watch
3
a ton of stuff
episodes at a
this way.
time.
I think it's very, like, to me, it's one of those things where, okay, I watched it and I don't ever need to watch it again. Like, I enjoyed it in its fullest of what it was, and it was very good. And I definitely understand how the writing kind of got us to that point, because if you would just try and, like, skip through episodes or miss episodes or whatever, like, you probably wouldn't feel as anxious and connected to the characters for the last season of everything they went through.
Right,
so I appreciate the emotional journey they took us on.
For sure.
But I'd give it like an 8. stuff that I put as a 10 is like stuff I want to watch again and like consume
It's like
again
that
and, like,
well written and that well contrived, but like also you're like, man, I'd love to watch that again.
yes.
And this, I think, just like the content of it makes it like tough to want to be like, let's start over.
well, and
Let's have a reaction show for a reaction show of Breaking Bad. We can react to
Oh my
reactors.
god. Well, and there are stuff that's like violent stuff that I enjoy watching over again. Like, there's some episodes of Game of Thrones that I thoroughly enjoy because they are so well done. I don't like watching families fall apart like that. Like, that's a lot of detailed breaking of a family.
Which I think, I mean, that is part of what makes it a good show.
Yeah.
Too, is it's not one-dimensional. It shows
Right.
like the full circuit board of
It's not a
his,
happily ever after. Like, it's not.
all of his like unplugging and replugging and things,
Yeah.
like, and how it affects like the whole entire framework of his existence.
Absolutely. Do I want to see what happens to Saul? Yeah, I really hope he's in Omaha with his own Cinnabon.
So Better Call Saul is like the continuation of him, or
No,
is
I
it
think it's
the
before.
pre-story
It's
of
pretty.
him? Interesting.
It's the origins of Saul.
Does it take us right into Breaking Bad or through Breaking Bad?
We don't know.
We don't know.
By we, he means we.
Yeah, he knows.
We.
Bliss, what was your 1 out of 10?
9.7.
Ooh.
9.7.
It was a perfect thing. Like, anything that I would try to take away from it has to do with personal preference.
Yeah.
For what it is impeccable. If there are people that I know that haven't seen it, I would heartily recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know that I will now spend weeks of my life consuming behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Now we can go
interviews.
watch all those.
I'm going to Google everything. I want to watch all of the actors interact. I want to watch them talk about the process. I want to like learn all about the behind the scenes, and then I probably will watch it again.
Really?
Having all of that knowledge, I will want to watch it again. I probably will take my time doing that, but I think I'm intrigued by a lot of people's passion for the show, because there have been times when I have echoed the passion and times when I vehemently disagreed with the passion. And so now I want to like fully dive in and then go back and watch it with the eyes, like having the goggles on now that our people that are watching it with us have
There
that
is
on.
like something cool about shows that are so long.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even though it only all happened over like the course of basically 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it was 5 full seasons and so
Right.
much detail, and like you see things happening like a day at a time kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
It makes it like more intriguing in like to go from the end of that and like start over at the beginning.
Yes.
Like you would definitely feel like the huge contrast of like the character development and like, oh my gosh, like
I love that it was birthday to birthday.
almost forgot that like he was even like this at the beginning.
Right.
This started on his birthday and he died on his birthday.
All the
Like, I
little
love
things that we
happened.
did catch, I can only imagine
Yeah,
the amount
more.
of things that we didn't. And
Sure.
that's a fun like Easter egg hunt.
Yep.
It was so good.
9.7.
I can't give anything a 10, so that's pretty much as high as I would go.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what I would say the best TV shows are ever. Like,
Right.
I
I
don't
doubt
watch
I've
enough
watched
TV
them.
to even know.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like I remember watching like Prison Break when that show came out. Like when I was in high school, I watched
That is
that like
cool.
every single week, and
a good
it was
show.
like very interesting. But I don't know that I would say that that was like the best show ever.
Sure.
It was really interesting because like the idea of it was like very interesting.
I would
but,
feel comfortable arguing with somebody that this is a better show than whatever show they're talking about.
yeah, I think so too. I just don't like. I can't even think of
Yes, short answer,
Yeah.
yes.
Short answer, yes.
other shows that I would be like that are like in this category that I know enough about to be like, oh yeah, that's better than Breaking Bad. I think I understand why people say like, oh, Breaking Bad is hands down like the best show.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Because there's really nothing else like very much like it that is.
Winnie, that's so positive.
You know, it's full of positivity.
Character
Yeah.
development.
It's because I'm happy that it's over.
Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Heartily.
Yeah. If this was somebody's jam, sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
bit about
recommend
there.
it to like every person on the planet because
My
I don't know that-
mom's not gonna watch this.
I don't think my mom would like it either. My dad probably would like it.
Y'all, Seth has never seen it.
What?
I just discovered that recently.
Breaking
It's like I
Bad
watched some of the
2.0.
first season. I was like, oh, so I'll watch it with him. That's my
There you go.
second round.
He can have his treats every night. and
His
he can watch it.
treats, I know, bless him.
So El Camino is a movie
Mm-hmm.
following what happens to Jesse after he leaves
What?
in the El Camino.
We'll be watching that,
I would
correct?
be down with that.
Yeah, find out what happens to Jesse.
Yeah, unless it's sad, in which case, no.
Well, he's not gonna tell us.
So we'll have
So
to
no.
schedule that.
Yeah, I'm so down to watch that. I thought that was a show for some reason.
I've seen
It's a
people
movie?
suggest that to us, but I haven't understood what it was. So
I feel scared.
No, anytime people suggest stuff, I don't look into it.
but I
because
like
don't
that
want
it's
it
a
to be
movie,
spoiler.
which means it'll be done. Like we'll know. The end will be the
That's
end.
true.
But I want.
Okay.
I'm mad. If it's a worse ending for Jesse than what we saw, I'm not.
Patrons, thank you for making this
Patrons.
way more interesting for us than it probably would have been.
I know. It was so cool having people want to do the long form, like actually
Yeah.
watch it with us. Those people felt like
I
the
feel like-
homies.
I can't even watch a whole episode of myself, so props to all of you.
I know. Thank
for
you
spending money on it.
sincerely for hanging out with us through this whole series.
Yes, Jamie.
Oh my gosh. Everybody subscribed. Thank you for watching this with us and following along with us. We've probably been very frustrating to watch because we don't always know what we're doing the whole time, but it has made it probably 1,000 times more fun doing it with everybody and engaging with everybody who's passionate about this show rather than us just sitting like bumps on a log by ourselves. So thank you for following us and commenting and conversating and being patient with our ups and downs and lack of knowledge, but it's been really, really fun, and thank you for coming along the ride. You haven't seen the last of the reaction squad.
Farewell.
The final
I
goodbye.
love you.
Goodbye. Love you
Be
guys.
back.
Long live Jesse.
Yeah, justice for Jesse.
Justice
Gonna
for
make a
Hank and
t-shirt.
Mike and Jesse. They probably already
Justice
got
for
one.
Jesse.
I know.
They probably do.
Yeah,
already
catch
have
us
it.
in merch. Okay,
Catch me,
goodbye.
catch me in my stupid little hat.
Goodbye, Breaking Baddies. I love that. I wish I started that sooner. What's up, Breaking Baddies?
No, that's not the move.
We quit at the right time.